Hey, thank you for joining us. I'm Brian Lacey, and joining us in studio right here on Polk Place, talk a little bit about the Silver Garland Awards, is Dennis Ross, former U.S. Congressman and currently the director of the American Center for Political Leadership at Southeastern University. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Been in the studio a few times.
Been a while, but it's good to be back.
Join me on today's Veteran.
Yeah, some time ago.
Both wore younger men's clothes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Billy Joel. And also joining us is Jack Cormier. He's communications specialist with Visit Central Florida. Welcome to the show, Jack.
Thank you for having me on.
All right. Want to talk a little bit about the Silver Garland Awards. What exactly are they, and where did they start within the community?
They are the longest running civics award in the county for high school seniors. It is an award that was started by the Lakeland Ledger. Due to circumstances beyond the current staff control, they handed it over to us this year after a one-year pause.
So, Jack, talk a little bit about recognizing the efforts, as we heard in the intro, the importance of recognizing what these high school students are doing, giving back to their community, and learning at a young age that it's important to become involved where they work, live, and play.
So the way we looked at it, Brian, was that these are in many cases, the best minds, the high achievers for their schools. These are the kids that we want to retain in the county. So you've got kids that are already civic minded, that have found the joy and the necessity of giving back to community as in their heart, as being a good citizen. We want those students to come back to Polk County when they're done with their college careers, to continue to serve and to continue to lead. Often service leads to leadership, and as Dennis Ross here can show. And so that's what we were trying to tie in together is as the Tourism Bureau, people ask, why is tourism involved in the Silver Garlands, we want these students to come back and to continue to serve Polk County, to keep it a great place to live, work, and play.
When it comes to history of this, man, I've been here since '97, and I feel like I've heard about it forever. Talk to me a little bit how it began.
It began in 1976, and Dennis is the first winner of the Citizenship Award.
Yeah, we'll talk with him about that shortly.
And the staff there at the Ledger felt that the community needed to recognize these seniors and give them something. I don't think they even gave them did you actually get a scholarship?
Yeah, we got a cash scholarship.
Okay.
And a trophy, which I still have on my desk, which I took with me when I was elected to the state legislature in Tallahassee, and I took it and put it in my office when I was in Congress in Washington, D.C. It's a very foundational and pivotal time in my life where I was grateful for the recognition of being able to follow my passion of public service. And I think that's one of the reasons that this Silver Garland Award is so great, is because it encourages and it allows students at an early age to be recognized for their passions. And because their community's doing it, they have a tendency to want to continue to be with that community, as I did.
And when you won, you didn't even know you'd been nominated.
No, I had no.
So now the students nominate themselves, but so that was even a greater.
It surprised my parents.
Yes. So, in your dealings both in Tallahassee and D.C., talk about the importance of you said it laid the foundation for you in giving in community service and serving.
Brian, when I look back and I was given the folder as to who nominated me and why they nominated me, in high school I enjoyed politics, I enjoyed community service, and what I found out was that it was about building relationships. It was about building relationships within the community. For example, I was chosen to go to the presidential classroom and when I was in high school but couldn't afford it. So I called and made an appointment with George Jenkins. And I met with him and I said, look, I want to be in the political arena. This is a passion of mine. He contributed and actually funded my trip to Washington, D.C., as did Jimmy Sykes with Florida Tile. So I was reaching out to my community to say, hey, this is who I want to be, but I need support and I need help. And my community, Polk County, recognized that. And I think that is so foundational to building good leaders. And we did it here in Polk County, and I'd love to see it replicated across the country, because that's what we need. We need these people that are going to be strong in their communities and even stronger for the nation by taking the time to invest in these young people.
Well, Jack,
you can see why I brought it.
Oh, exactly. I could have just asked him one question, sat here.
I'm very grateful.
Jack, when it comes to the event itself, talk to me a little bit about it. It's going to be unique this year because it's not going to be attended. But let's talk dates, let's talk times, and everything that folks can follow it.
It's going to be April 15th. It's going to be at Theater Winter Haven. That's within Advent Health Fieldhouse for folks who aren't familiar with it. It's not open to the public. It's I did not expect the outpouring of support for the event when I set everything up in the beginning. I underestimated how popular it was. So there's literally only 300 seats in the venue, and it'll probably be standing room. The students will come onto the stage. The top three, they'll each be recognized, and then the winner will be announced.
Now, how many different categories are there?
There are 13 categories this year. We added 2. We added science and aerospace because, well, actually computer science and aerospace to mark the 2 areas that we feel in Polk County that the school system has sort of focused on, the community has focused on as high-paying jobs of the future for Polk County. So we wanted to recognize those, but there are 13 categories.
Mr. Ross, if you could inspire the younger viewers to get involved, even younger,
Right.
and even at middle school age, how would you do as such, and what words of wisdom would you pass on to them?
Well, I think that you have to instill in them a sense of responsibility, but a return on that involvement or investment that they make in their community. When I was young, I even went to, but then was Mayor Joe Ruthven of the city of Lakeland for the first Earth Day, and we went and made a presentation to the city commission as students and said, look, we want to help our parks. What can we do to help out? I think you have to expose the young people to the fact that they can make a positive impact in their community, and as time goes so fast that they will one day be those leaders calling the shots. Once they're exposed to that, their appetite, their ingenuity, their curiosity takes over. And all what we have to do, my advice to them would be find a mentor, get involved. And for those of you that are out there that are potential mentors, find a student, get them involved.
Jack, you've got to bring him back. That is passion right there. I love anybody that gets involved and when they talk about their community and are so passionate not only about what they have done, but inspiring others.
Thank you.
I can see why you won the award in the
Well,
past.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, guys, I appreciate you coming in and talking a little bit about it. Hopefully we get to talk about it again next year, and we'll have a bigger house, right?
Yes, we'll have a bigger house, and maybe we can get some of the kids on as well who have won either currently or in the past. Folks, if you'd won in the past, reach out to us on Facebook. Let us know. We have a lack of information on former winners and what they're doing, so we'd love to know.
Always a pleasure talking to you guys. And
thank you.
Mr. Ross, you got to come back and see me again.
I'd love
please.
to, Brian. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, thanks, guys. The Silver Garland is an award for service. Nominees are among the most talented and gifted high school seniors in Polk County. Of much greater importance is how the nominee has used that talent and skill in service to school and community. Service is what makes a student a Silver Garland nominee. The Silver Garland program is sponsored as a community service by Visit Central Florida. Polk County high schools are invited to select seniors with records of outstanding service as Silver Garland candidates. The Silver Garland ceremony will be held in Winter Haven at the Advent Fieldhouse on April 13th. This year's ceremony is closed to the public. Theater Winter Haven has limited seating, and they will honor the winners in 13 categories. Now, if you need more information, check them out on the web at visitcentralflorida.org.